Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. What do I have for you all on a Monday morning? Well, NEO added another two battery swap station yesterday. We know about 2000. We now have 2,742 battery swap stations in China, ramping up in a massive way, and our delivery numbers for November came out, and we were up 28.92% year over year in the same period. So what is going on? A lot of people are saying, well, it doesn't look like we'll meet our fourth quarter target. And my question to you is, does that concern you to the point where you think the company is going bankrupt? Or do you realize that the business model is still growing out and it will get to a point where there will be no competition? I'll allow you to decide. Me, I chose the latter of the two. I believe this company will get to a point where there will be no competition when our business model is built out, when the government implements, which is coming next year, where they will have to check the health of the battery. That's where we come in again. And they will have to take a day off work just to get their battery checked for the people who don't have battery swapping system installed. So as some of the shorts come on to make it look like it was really bad delivery numbers, it was only 28.92% year over year for the same period. And they're looking at, well, October, we sold more cars than in November. And I explained why that is. It's because we have to upgrade to the NT 3.0 platform. Onvo, on the other hand, is ramping up in a massive way. That, even though it's a sub-brand, one of our sub-brands, it is in the NT 3.0 platform. And if you allow history to be your teacher, you will understand that last year the same thing happened until our NT 3.0 platform comes out. We will skyrocket up yet again with the main brand as well as the sub-brands, brands that are coming out. So what are the whales doing? How are they thinking about all of this? Are they thinking like the short-term investor that, oh my God, well, I hope next quarter is better? Let's see. Let's investigate. Three global companies have invested heavily into NEO, as well as others. And one of the top institutional investors that just increased their shares of NEO did so. They have added to their shares 0.72 Asset Management. 0.72 Asset Management LP boosted its stakes in shares of NEO by 164.3%. 0.72 Asset Management LP now owns 6,464,246 shares of the company stock worth $26,891,000 US dollars after purchasing an additional 4,018,659 shares during the last quarter. So allow this to sink in for the people who have just a couple hundred shares, a couple thousand shares, a couple shares, and are talking about they've waited so long and they're tired of waiting. Shut your mouth and pull your pants up. The time will come. It also says that former LLC boosted its position, FMR LLC boosted its position in NEO by 5,388.5%. FMR LLC now owns 5,394,895 shares of the company stock worth $36,038,000 after acquiring an additional 5,296,601 shares during the last quarter. So they increased their position by 5,388.5%. They understand what's happening and what's getting ready to happen and what's getting ready to come. So these institutions, Crane Funds Advisor LLC, grew its stake in NEO by 31.7%. Crane Funds Advisors LLC now own 1,538,781 shares after acquiring an additional 370,556 shares during the period. Bank of New York New York Mellon Corp raised its holding in NEO by 32.1% in the second quarter. Bank of New York Mellon now owns 1,416,709 shares of the company stock valued at $5,894,000 after acquiring an additional 343,910 shares. So Goldman Sachs pulled it down for them and they're gobbling up shares. And finally, DK Bank, Deutsche Großentral lifted its stake in NEO during the second quarter and now owns 1,303,549 shares of the company stock worth $5,742,000 after purchasing an additional 3,548 shares during that period. Hedge funds and other institutional investors, own 48.55% of the company's stock. So while these big corporations, the hedge funds, the institutional investors keep buying, they're telling you it's bad, it's a sell. You need to use your own critical thinking skills and common sense to understand whether you need to keep investing or not, whether you need to follow the money trail instead of saying the rich keeps getting richer. I say be a man for once in your life. I hope you guys found this video on a Monday morning to be informational, inspirational, motivational, to help us keep going forward. If so, guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the game is played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.